Hey guys, my name is Hannah and I would say, let's have some fun today. So today I want to do a full face of Pat McGrath because I can do that now, finally. I have everything to give you a full face. I'm so excited about that because Pat McGrath is remaining to be one of my favorite brands at the end of the day. And I really love her artistry, her vision, and I really love her shimmery shades especially. And the star of the show today will be, of course, the new 5-pan from her, the quad that I bought for myself. It's her new Christmas winter release for this year, and I bought me the Lunar Nightshade Quint palette right here, and this will be of course the star of the show. But I really wanna pull out all my Pat McGrath stuff. It really inspired me to do that, and yeah, I give you my first impression of this as well, of course, but I really wanted to do a full look with Pat to celebrate this beauty right here. So if it sounds good and interesting to you, stay tuned and let's get right into the video. So I already have everything behind me that I want to use today. And of course we will start with the base. And for the base I will use my favorite foundation of all time yet. So it needs to be something that's really blowing my socks off, that can beat this foundation right here. And it's the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. And I have a light 2 in this beautiful foundation right here. It's a little bit reflective, but I love the packaging. I love black and gold together. I think it's looking so luxurious and beautiful. Oh guys, and by the way, I finally brushed my hair up. You know, I'm a natural blonde. Not blonde, but I'm a dark blonde. And I think you noticed it at the videos that I loaded up before, that I have some spars right here everywhere. That's because my blonde is coming through, and in comparison to the black, it's looking like I have no hair on my hairline when they are growing out. But the problem is I love black hair, so I have to refresh it once a month. And I didn't refresh it for a long time, and now finally they are looking so good again, and I'm very happy about that. Okay, that beside, let's move on with the foundation. I really love this one. I always have to shake a little bit up the bottle so that the foundation is all mixed together beautiful and nicely. And you know, I don't really use so many pumps of this foundation. I don't think you need that. It's a really lightweight and watery kind of foundation, but it's something I learned to love so much, I have to say. So I do usually maybe 2 pumps, not more. And I take it on, look how stunning it is, but it's really runny. It's a really runny type of foundation. So you have to be a little bit careful. But I put it basically all over my face, a little bit more messy everywhere, like that. And what I always like to do is everything that is left on the back of my hand, like you can see here, I don't like to waste foundation, so I always do this. Put it down here, because here I always put my bronzer, so I think it's valid for me to also have a little bit of foundation down there. I'm sometimes using a primer, but this time I don't. And when I don't have primer on, it's not the end of the world, because I always use my morning skincare routine as a primer. My skincare routine is giving me enough hydration that my foundation is always looking very good, so I don't have to worry about that. But sometimes when I want to use primer, I love to use my Auric Glow Last as a base for a really glowy, beautiful look. So just with a brush, I like to use my IT Cosmetics brush, and I start with tapping motions, and after it's a little bit more worked into my skin, I start to swipe the foundation. I have the feeling that's giving me the best outcome, at least for me. I hope you already can see the difference, how much more fresher and awake I'm looking right now. At least I have the feeling. I really love that effect. It's not really that covering of a foundation, but it's a really skin perfecting type of foundation, and I think that's because I really appreciate it. I'm not the biggest fan, or I'm I like both ways, but I think the foundations I'm using the most anyways are foundations that aren't that covering anyways, because I like to see a little bit skin texture here and there. So after that, of course, I need to come to the concealer part, and my favorite concealer that I'm using non-stop in the moment, and I don't have any other concealer left, to be honest, as well. The concealer that's a little bit left is my Fenty Beauty Stick Concealer, but it's almost gone as well. And this concealer is okay for some days, but when it comes down to it, when I need a trusty concealer, I go always to my Pat McGrath concealer, and I have again L2, the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfecting Concealer. And I have to say, next time when I maybe repurchase this one, and I think I will go for the L1, because I want it just a hinge lighter. It's a good shade for me, but I like to have a little bit more of a brightening under eye effect. So I really I swoop a little bit away from the brush, because I don't like too much of this. It's a really covering type of concealer. And I put little dots at the front and at the back portion of my under eye area. And that's really all I'm doing with this one. So it's holding for a long time, I have the feeling, and it will hold for the year at least. Really, really good. And with the sponge, I push the concealer in. And even this amount is a little bit too much for my under eyes, and everything that's left I'm working into the rest of my face, because I have the feeling the concealer is pairing really, really nice with the light covering foundation, and I really like that. At the same time, I'm pushing the foundation in a little bit better and nicer as well, so it's a win-win situation, you could say. So after I worked everything in, I love how my complexion is looking right now. I think it's so beautiful, and I only use 2 products, so every time so impressed, really love it. And to make it stay the whole day, I like to use my Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. I have light, so the whitish base one. And it's just for the under eye, but to be honest, I use it for my whole face, and it's blurring so beautifully. So with a smaller kind of under eye brush, I work it in basically everywhere, under my eyes and all over the T-zone. It's not looking cakey or something like that. I really appreciate it. It's so smooth looking, and yeah. I have the feeling every time I'm using a whole face of Pat McGrath, I need to go out somewhere. So the vibe is already there, so very happy. And now let's move on with the next product. My really, really lovely friend I'm using so much in the last couple of months is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Divine Bronzer. I have the shade Naked Desire, and she don't have the bronzers for that long in her collection, so it's relatively new, you could say, and I really like it. You can see already that the imprint is slowly but surely going away, because I use it so much. I have to say, the next time I'm purchasing this bronzer right here, I want to go a shade darker than this. This is the lightest one. I like it, but I have the feeling I would be much more happier with a darker bronzer, because it's a hinge too light, but for a really natural kind of look, it's a beautiful shade. Don't get me wrong, like it, love it. That's because I use it so much. But I think when I'm done with this one, I will go for the more darker shade. Oh, and Pat McGrath already has a 25 to 30% sale on her website. So if you have a skin tone like me, I would suggest, if you really like the neutral type of look, or you like to go really natural with your whole face, the Naked Desire is perfect for that, to give you a nice light bronzy type of look and not too much. But if you like it like I do, a little bit more bronzy and there, then the one shade darker is maybe better for you. I like to go into this one with an angled fluffy brush, swirl it around. It's a beautiful, beautiful shade, and I like to do it right there where my cheeks are basically starting, to also give me a little bit of a sleeker look overall. And because of the light shade, it's looking really, really natural like that. So I appreciate it really, really much. Maybe before I will end this one, I will go into the darker shade as well, and then I have both, so I can decide if I want those lighter natural days or if I want the bolder type of bronzy look, if you know what I mean. But it's beautiful, like you can see. It's a perfect shade, so I'm not mad that I have it, really not. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful shade. And right now when I'm getting paler and paler because of the darker and cloudier days, I have the feeling the bronzer will suit me really, really nice. A little bit of contour action, but not really. It's basically all over my face. Down here a little bit. I don't know why I love in the moment when my nose is looking a little bit bronzed up. After that I will go in there with a blush anyways, so yeah, I really like when it's a little bit more bronzy like that. And now let's come to the blushes. I have the blush trio right here. I have the Divine Blush Glow Trio in Galactic Sun. And you can't get this trio anymore, but you can get every shade that you're seeing in here in the moment as well on her website as a single blush. So really love those shades. And because the palette that I'm using today is a little bit more on the cooler side, I think I will go with this one, Divine Rose, the blush right here. I think it's beautiful. My favorite one, I have to say, is a Desert Orchid, this bronzy type of blush. I think it's so beautiful, but this one is beautiful as well, and I think it's suiting the look today a little bit better, so let's go for this one. And with a smaller kind of blush brush, I will go in there. And I start to pat it at the outer portion of my cheek area, like here. Start like that, and after that I swirl it a little bit around. This is the technique I really like to do, because I have the feeling I get the most precise finish with that. Oh yeah, I already like the opacity of the blush, so I think I will leave it like that. And you see, in no time at all, it's blended in beautifully. Really, really love that. As well, a little bit on the nose. I like to do in the moment the tip of my nose again. Because of the colder weather, I like when it's looking a little bit like you're coming from the cold in the inside. So really like to give me that effect with just a little bit blush on the tip of my nose. Cute, I love it. And a little bit on the Cupid's bow and down here. And maybe also a little bit on the chin, just to give me this cold type of look, you know. So here's also a highlighter in this blush palette. It's called Golden Nectar. Really love it. With this one I always use the same brush and put it all over my cheek area, so more like a toppery kind of highlighter. But today I don't want to use this one because I want to use another highlighter, and I want to use this one. I don't think it's available anymore, but I really love it and I want to use this today. It's the Divine Rose Skin Fetish Ultra Glow Highlighter. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful highlighter, and it will suit the look really, really nicely. And therefore I'm using a fluffier type of highlighter brush, swirling it around. And now look, guys. Ooh, this glow, so beautiful. I love it so much. It's looking so skin-like, but really, really glowy. I love it. But I have to say the Golden Nectar highlighter is beautiful as well. It's something like that, but it's a little bit more on the goldier side. And this is more like an rosy gold type of highlighter. So this is because I wanted to use this one. But like I said, the Golden Nectar one, chef's kiss as well. Let's use a little bit of this one actually, that you can see that, because I think this one is still available. Let's go back into this palette, and I will just use a little bit of this one because it's so strong as well. Don't want to go overboard with my highlighter look, because you can see it's already so beautiful. I will go a little bit over it with this one as well. Even more now. You can see the difference, hopefully. So let's do this side as well. A little bit the nose. Like here. Now I'm glowing from the moon and back, but I don't mind it at all. I really, really love it. So that's the highlighter Golden Nectar that you can see over the other one. Really love the combination actually. Okay, now let's come to the showstopper of the video. Let's come to this beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow palette from the Christmas collection or winter collection for this year. And I decided to get me this beautiful little quint right here. Really love the packaging again. The only other quint I have is her Bronze Bliss quint. I really love that one as well. It's so beautiful. But this time I decided to get this one over the big palette because I don't know, this one spoke a little bit more to me because of the beautiful inside. And I decided to get, like I said before, the Lunar Nightshade palette right here. You can see I didn't touch it until now because I really wanted to use this with you together. And here's the beautiful, beautiful inside. You already can tell why I decided to get this one over the other one. Those beautiful blues, this dark kind of blackish blue, this really light, airy type of grayish blue. Oh, I love it, especially for this time of the year right now. This beautiful matte. So I'm all over this palette, guys. I really want to use this today with you together. And let me think a little bit about it. I think I really want to do something really smoky today. I don't know why, but I feel it somehow. So let's do this. I already primed my eyes, by the way, so we are having that out of the way. And I will start directly with this blackish bluish kind of shade. Ooh. Guys, you need to feel this. This is so smooth and buttery. I'm beyond excited right now. This is the shade. It's more on the black side, for sure. And it has some silverish and bluish kind of sparkles in there. Really, really smoky and beautiful. And I start to tap this one basically at the outer portion of my lid area. And I'm working it inwards towards the inner portion, but I will leave a little space out for the really beautiful bluish type of shade. So let's do this. Start really lightly. Because I did my face first, I have to be a little bit more careful. So I'm starting with tapping motion. Like, I think towards here and there I will stop with that shade. But it's beautiful. I really can see, once you have it on your eyes, you really can see the bluish sparkles throughout the shade. Really, really love it. Like that, just with patting motions. Oh, it's so smooth, guys. It's so smooth, but also a little bit smooth and on the flaky side. You can feel it, but this is something I really love. It's the perfect formulation for me, but because I really love to use my finger with those types of shades. Perfect formulation to get the most out of it, you know? Ooh, this is exactly what I need right now for that time. And now with a stiffer blending brush and no product on it, I start to swirl it a little bit around. Just to give it a nice blend. And now again with my finger, I'm going into this really beautiful, not this one, into this really beautiful light blue kind of shade. Ooh. It's feeling the same. It's so buttery and smooth. Ooh, look at this, guys. I love it. And this one I will put at the front portion that I left for especially this shade right here. So let's do this again, starting with tapping motions. This time it's a really metallic, reddish kind of look, and the light blue also have a little bit goldeny type of sparkles throughout there. So perfect for the winter and Christmas time. So and there where my fingers couldn't reach, I will go with the inner corner kind of brush, but it's a little bit bigger. I will go into the shade again, into this beautiful shade right here called Neptunian Orchid. And I again put it at the front portion of my lid area. And try to go as near in the front portion as possible. It's also applying beautifully with the brush, I have to say. Now with the same blending brush I used before for blending out the blackish bluish type of shade, I will go now into her Skin Show shade right here. Really love that. And it's called Platinum Moonlight. I will go into this with the brush. And I will go with this one all over my brow bone area to help me also smooth everything out underneath a little bit more and a little bit better. Really like to use that technique, especially with darker shades. So I'm always appreciating when this color is in her palettes, that I really can smooth out everything a little bit better. And with the same shade, I will go again in with a inner corner type of brush. And I will put it right into my inner corner. Ooh. Beautiful. It's really like the moon is shining right now. And now I will go into this shade right here called Pale Amethyst with the same inner corner type of brush. Still feeling it's as well the really smooth formulation. I will test it out in a sec for the middle portion of my lid area. But this one I will use as a little wing right here, just to give me a little glow and something interesting right there. It's a little bit more on the puddier side. So with your finger you will pack a punch for sure. So now, like I said, I will go into this one with my finger again. Yeah, it's really, really smooth and beyond beautiful again. And I will go in the middle portion on my lid area with this shade, but really lightly, with light tapping motions. Just to give me a hint of something light and glowy right there. I like that. It's a smoky dream right now. So now let's move on to the lower lash line, and I start to go first again into the shade Noir Nebula, this blackinish bluish kind of shade. And this one I will use just for the outer corner of my lower lash line. Just a little bit really, not too, I'm not going too much inwards with this shade. Also connecting it with the upper part again. Now I'm getting a little bit of fallout, but it's expected with this type of shade. Now I'm using a smaller blending brush, and let's try finally this shade right here. I love such shades, and this is the only matte in here. So we will now use a matte, and it's called Midnight Iris. Really, really love it. It's a beautiful burgundy reddish type of shade, and I love it so much. I think this color story is so beautifully together, and I will dip in there with smaller blending brush right here. It's a little bit powdery, but I have a good feeling about that. Oh, you can't really see it on this reddish toned brush that I'm using. So sorry, but it's really, really beautiful. And I will start to put it on my lower lash lines. I'm starting under the blackinish shade, and I'm slowly working the shade towards my inner portion. So let's do this. A little bit outwards to connect everything. So cranberry-like. I really, really love it, guys. Ooh, I love that cranberry type of shade. It's so beautiful. And when you are combining it with the darker shades in here, it's pulling more on the violet lilac-y side. So I have the feeling you can transform it really beautifully with those colors. Okay guys, I think this is all of the look. I really, really love it. I think it's stunning outcome. Of course, you don't have to go that bold with it, but for me this is a really beautiful boldy type of palette. You can make it work and make it a little bit more subtle, of course. If you just go lightly into this burgundy type of shade, just put it lightly at the outer corner and stay with those lightish kind of shades in here, you get a beautiful, more natural type of look with a little twist. Love that as well. Need to do that maybe as well the next time. But I really want to go there today and really make it bold. So what can I say? This palette is a 1+ for me. I love it so much. It's going so beautifully as well with the Bronze Bliss palette that I have. I can imagine to combine them both as well together. Guys, I love this palette. I love this color story. I love how my eyes are looking right now. So gleaming and reddish looking. And now let's move on to mascara. For mascara, and because I have a bold look right now, I think the best suited mascara is my Pat McGrath Labs FetishEYES Mascara in Extreme Black. It's so thickening, guys, so thickening, and I think for this look, this is the perfect mascara. So let's put it on. I have to say this is a mascara that's a little bit crumbly over the day, so you get flakes on your face. So if you want to be safe and you don't have a mirror with you, I don't think this mascara is the best idea. But it's not bothering me, I can swipe it easily away. It's not staining anything, and I love the effect that it's giving my lashes. But just that you know, it's a little bit of a crumblier type of mascara. And you will maybe experience a little bit of fallout over the day. I love it, guys. I will quickly do my brows as well. Just a little bit with some hair gel. I always just pull them up a little bit with hair gel. I also colored them a little bit more black this time, so they are a little bit more thicker and everything like that, so I don't have the feeling I need to color them. Just want to do a little bit of hair gel and then we will be right back with the lips. And for my lips, I will use my LiquiLUST Legendary Wear Matte Lipstick in Divine Nude, just for a nudie type of effect. It's a beautiful color and I love how easily it applies. Look, it's almost a it's almost the color of my lips, a little bit better. And with the applicator, I think you can really easily mimic your lip lines. And I have to say, with this one, you really have time until it dries. So you really have a little bit of playtime and you can manipulate it. It's a type of liquid lipstick I really appreciate. I also have a darker liquid lipstick color of her. I have to say the darker ones you feel a little bit more on your lips and they're a little bit more tacky and getting dry over the day. But it's a really nice type of liquid lipstick anyways. I think I appreciate the lighter colors a little bit more in her liquid lipstick line. But yeah, the darker ones are also really nice. But it's at the end of the day a liquid lipstick, so it's getting a little bit dry over the day. So the darker one, I have the feeling you feel it just a little bit more, you know, than with the lighter colors. To finish up the look and make it a little bit more Christmas, winter-like, I thought to use my glowing Garnet OPULUST gloss from her. It's so beautiful. Look how shifty this gloss is, guys. It's with so many glitter particles in there, and it's a beautiful shifty type of gloss. There's gold, silver sparkles, there's a little bit of an orangey undertone as well. It's shifting from pink to orange. We need to use this one today, so let's do this. Beautiful, and I will go over my liquid lipstick with it. Ooh, look at this, guys. We are going there today. Okay guys, I really love it. Didn't do such a bold look in a long time. And especially such a dark and bold look, but I'm amazed and impressed by it, I have to say. So I will quickly show you the look in its full beauty and then we will be right back with the zoomed out version. So guys, and here's the look all zoomed out. What do you think? I love how bold it is. I love that I pushed myself to do today a little bit more of a darker and bolder look to show you what the palette is capable of. But like I said, you can also really do something really soft and beautiful with it, even though it maybe doesn't seem like it, but you really can do a really soft and beautiful look as well, I have the feeling. If you just stick to those 3 shades right here, or even skip the really dark blue and just use the light one, then you also can make it into a really nice day-friendly look. Maybe I will try this for the next time. We will see, but all in all, I really love everything. I love the performance, especially of my little new quint right here. I think it's beautiful. I love the color combination. I just love Pat McGrath stuff. Look how smooth and nice my face is looking right now. Everything's looking so smooched together, so seamless, and I'm a big fan, and I know why I'm such a big fan when I look how stunning everything is working together. I really love it. I hope you enjoyed it too. Like I said, Pat McGrath has right now her sale on her website, her bigger type of winter sale, and just go there and look what you can get. Maybe I inspired you to get something. Maybe you have some of those things and you want to play with them, so pull them out. Do a full face of Pat if you can so. And if not, I hope it was just a little bit... It was just a fun time for you watching this video. If so, guys, I would be really happy if you give me a thumbs up, that I know that you like this kind of content. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click on the little bell to get notifications here and there when I'm posting something new. And with that being said, guys, I hope you liked it, and I would say we will see each other in my next video, and until then, guys, bye.